Good morning, friends. Very good morning to all of you. So today we are going to start with the chapter that is called as business environment. Okay, this is your MBA 1102 business environment. This is very much important course for you. In a syllabus, you are going to have a lot of things which is related to business. Okay, in the first chapter, we are going to start about business environment. Okay, its factors and implication. I will just show you the PPT through which you can able to understand the various factors. Okay, just wait for a while. I'm sharing you the PPT.
Okay, sir.
Mute your voice.
Please mute your voice. Just wait for a while. I will bring the notes to you. Okay, just wait for 2 minutes. I will come back. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good morning, friends. So today we are going to see the first chapter that is called as business environment. Okay, this is your syllabus. Uh, yeah, see, business environment. This is your first chapter. Please go downward. Yeah, see, this is your first unit that is called as business environment. Second one is plan formulation and implementation. You are getting my voice properly, right? Please reply.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Third one is industrial policy resolution 1956. Then fourth one is labor laws. So you are going to have near about 12 chapters. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So let us start with the first chapter that is called as business environment. Okay. Just go downward. First chapter, business environment. See, in business environment, you are going to study in business environment. You are going to study various factors such as business environment factors and their implementation, social factors, economic
Economic.
factors, cultural environment, technological factors, political factors, legal factors, ecological factors, and many more. Okay, let's go to the first chapter. Okay, wait. Now over here in first chapter we are going to study the basic objective introduction part and the objective part, and then we are going to study the business environment factors and their implementation. Okay, just go downward. Okay, wait, go upward. We are going to discuss about the introduction part. Okay, now see, first of all I just want to know you from your side, what do you mean by business actually? Business hota kya hai? Right, we are going to
Yes.
discuss that thing. See, success or failure in business depends upon variety of factors, and that factors we are going to discuss today. Okay, some of which may beyond our direct control. Okay, now see, as we have told, beyond the direct control, I mean we cannot control that thing. Now see, I will give you one example. See, today we are facing the problem of COVID situation, right?
Yeah, yes.
So that is our beyond control. I mean, we cannot control that thing. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Because of this, lots of business people are facing the problem. Okay. Why it is so? Just because they are not able to control the things which is not in their hand. Okay. They are facing a lot of problems. The factor beyond our control arises from the work environment. Business operate various of the environment, not a vacuum. Okay, now see, I would just like to give you one example. Just as I have told you, COVID is a one situation. There are other few situation also which is beyond our control. Okay, can you tell me from your side, do you know what are the circumstances that we cannot control, due to which in business we faces a losses? Do you have any idea about it? See, I will give you one more example, natural calamities, right? This is also one of the important factor which is beyond our control, right? Suppose if there is a heavy rainfall and your business vanished due to which, okay? So that is not in our control, okay? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So these all are the factors which is not in our control. Now let us discuss about the environment. What do you mean by environment? The word environment is collectively of all factors within a control of business and beyond the control of individual business. Now see, environment is a macro concept. Okay, macro means a larger concept,
Okay.
and the business unit is a micro concept. Business is a micro concept. Okay, and environment is a macro concept. In business, only the things which is need for the profit, that is to be taken into the consideration. But for the environment factor, environment includes lot of things. Okay, society, nature, all these things are included in the environment. But so environment is a macro concept. A firm operates in a given environmental factors. These environmental factors may be political, economical, social, legal, technological. Okay, these all are the environmental factors. Okay, are you getting the point? Political is also one of the circumstances through which our business get affected. Now I will give you one example. Now see, I will give you one example of GST. Right? You know that concept, taxation. Okay, who laid the tax on the business? Can you tell me? Who laid the tax on the business? मतलब business के ऊपर tax कौन लगाता है?
The government.
Yeah, very good. Government. So government is also one of the important factor which comes under the head of business environment, because with the help of the government policy, the business can rise and the business can go down. Okay, right?
Okay, sir.
Because suppose if government levy more tax on the business in any commodities which is manufactured by the business, definitely the customers will try to not to consume that product because the taxation is very much high. Now with the help of this GST, goods and service tax, a lot of things has been cleared. I mean, they have structured the goods and service tax in such a manner, in some goods and some commodities they are taking less tax, in some commodities they are taking more tax. Now the luxurious products which more consumption is depend upon the high level people, their taxation, what they have did, they have raises the level of GST. I mean, raises the level of goods and service tax. I mean, you can see there is a near about 18% of taxation they have to pay, 18 or 28%, something like that they have to pay. So and the necessary goods, they have reduced the percentage of taxes. Okay, 5% they have kept. Why it is so? Because the lesser the tax, the more will be the consumption. And the normal people, I mean the common people, common living people, they have given more focus on them with the minimum level of GST taxation. Okay, so this is also a helpful factor for the business person. Okay, those who are manufacturing the goods for the common people, definitely they will get they will try to get a good returns. But those who are manufacturing the goods for the luxurious people, definitely they have to pay more tax to the government. So these are the business environment the government has made. Okay, so government is also one of the important factors, right, in the business environment. Now there are other factors such as social, economical, cultural, technological, political, legal, ecological, right, market condition, location, and other factors that also we are going to see. Okay, we are going to see one by one. Okay, now see, business environment factors and their implementation. We are going to see one by one the implementation factors as well. Okay, now first one, the group discussion of people from industry and the government were participating were requested to prioritize and enlist the factors of business environment according to the relative importance. Now see, they have given a more importance of business as compared to the location. Okay, now see, those who are living in urban area, right, the people those who are living in urban area, they are getting more they are able to circulate more money as compared to people those who are living in a rural area. Why it is so? Because in rural area you can find you can find non availability of resources. Okay, in an urban area you will find more availability of resources, the resources in the form of transportation, the resources in the form of electricity bill, water supply. Okay, all this stuff you can find very easily in urban area. That's why migration takes place in a larger scale to rural to urban area. Now in urban area you can find that lots of facilities are available, but in rural area it is not so. That's why if you compare to the population of urban area and rural area, you will find rural area more populated. Okay, you can take an example of Pune city also, right? In Pune city you will find more population as compared to the rural area. Why it is so? Because in Pune city you will find more kind of availability of resources. Okay, I'm giving the example of metropolitan city. Take an example of Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Kolkata, Bangalore, Chennai, in these cities, you will find more job availabilities. That's why people are shifting themselves to these area because they are getting a job availability over there. But if you go to the rural area, you will you will not find such job availability. Yes, definitely government are paying more attention to equalization of the location. I mean equalization of normal resources, but it is not possible at this stage because the entrepreneur, the private the people, those who want to earn money, right, the business environment, that uh, goes more familiar to the rural area only. Okay, suppose if you are an entrepreneur, right, and if you want to earn money, where do you try to start your own business? Where definitely you will try to start your own business where the resources are available, right? Are you going to start your business in a rural area? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, are you going to start your business in rural area?
No,
No. Why? Because
as there is no resources available easily in the rural area.
yeah, definitely. There is no resources available in a rural area. See, if you want to start your manufacturing business, definitely you can start in a rural area as well, because you
Yeah.
don't have to supply directly goods to the customers. Okay. But if you are having a finished goods and if you want to circulate that goods in a area, uh, you have to circulate that goods in an urban area only, because urban area you will get more customers as compared to the rural area, because in rural area definitely the population is low. Their purchasing power is also low. I mean, they don't have that much of salary to purchase the product, so they will purchase the product which is more needed to them. I mean, they are not going to purchase any kind of extra product or luxurious product, right? So they will set their priorities that we need only a product which is needed for their livelihood. Okay, so they will not going to purchase the luxurious product. Okay, so in rural area you will find this kind of difficulties. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
this environment also affect with the location as well. I mean, if you go to the rural area, definitely you will face a lot of challenges, and there will be no solution as well. I mean, some to the extent, you will find you cannot change. I mean, any entrepreneur cannot change the things by their own way. Here government can able to change, because if government tries to bring the companies in the rural area, definitely that area structure can be changed, because the companies, with the help of the companies, the people, those who are living over there, they will get job opportunities, right? So why they will try to shift themselves to the urban area, right? They will remain in a rural area only, so because they will get a job opportunity over there. So these all are the factors, right, through which we can understand that business environment affect a lot for the entrepreneur. Right now, go downward. Yeah. Okay. Now the classification of the factors. As we are discussing the classification of factors: social, economic, cultural, geographical, technological, political, legal, ecological, government and administrative factors, market condition and relative factors, and location factors. We are going to discuss one by one. Okay, go to the social factors first of all. Okay, in the society, see, society is where the business exists, and the members of the society constitute the business as entrepreneur, manager, workers, customers, prospective customers, NGOs, and others. Therefore, the business must be integrated view of society where responsibility and accountability towards the society has been decided and fixed. Okay, now see, I will explain this concept of society. In society, you are having a lot of responsibilities as a businessman. Okay, as a businessman, you have to see that whatever you are doing the production, whatever you are manufacturing, whatever you are selling to the customers, that should not be illegal, and that should not be hurting to the customers. I mean, these all are the goods which is very much handy for the customers. I mean, you should not make any kind of goods which is illegal for the customers. Okay, now the responsibility and accountability towards the society will lead a better human resource policy and the development, enhancing the level of productivity and prosperity, first of the employees and then to the market. Now see, first of all, you also have to see your own employees. Okay, those who are working over there, are they doing a good job? I mean, are they doing a good production of the goods? Suppose if the employees is not paying a proper attention for the production of goods, definitely your goods production is not going to be there properly. Now I will give you a few example. Take an example of ghee, right? If you're making a ghee production, you have to see that, you know, whatever you are mixed, whatever mixture you are doing in a ghee, it should be done properly. Okay, if there is a little bit up and down percentage of some kind of commodities, then definitely the customer is going to face a problem. Okay, so in Hindi we used to say na, मिलावट नहीं होना चाहिए किसी भी product में, right? Such like that. If you are mixing anything which is not relevant for the product, then you know in future you are going to face a problem, right? I will give you a few example. देखो, पहले मैगी का प्रोडक्शन आता था, मैगी के ऊपर भी लोगों ने बैन किया था. I think near about 5 years ago, you know, this concept came कि मैगी में भी ऐसे इंग्रेडिएंट्स पाए गए हैं जो उसके यूटिलाइज के लिए, मतलब जो बच्चे खाते हैं उनके सेहत के लिए अच्छी नहीं है, right? They have told. So they have banned little bit of that product for a few couple of months, and after that, you know, they have made again examination of the product, and the product passes. So now people are utilizing that Maggi noodles. So ऐसे ऐसे भी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो सोसाइटी के लिए हानिकारक है, and we are making a production of such kind of things. So these all are the things where, you know, we have to make a proper focus on how to increase a proper production of goods. That is also depend upon us. Okay, if you are making a good which is having a high quality of product, and which does not contain any kind of false information, any kind of malnutrition practices, then definitely that product is going to survive in a market, and you will also get a good reply for that product. Okay, now
Okay.
you can see, if you are utilizing a mobile phone, right? Sometimes, you know, some mobile phones is not working properly. So what you recommend to your friends and to the other peoples, अरे यार ये मोबाइल मत ले, ये मोबाइल अच्छा वर्क नहीं कर रहा है, राइट? तू किसी और कंपनी का मोबाइल ले ले, ये कंपनी का मोबाइल अच्छा है. So you are also responding to that product. Why? Because you have utilized that product and you know how is the consumption, right? So society is also paying a more attention towards your business environment, right? If you are making any kind of product, you should be very much familiar that that product should give a positive response. Okay,
Okay.
have you understood the concept of society? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. Then next concept is a economical factors. Okay, now see, economical factors includes growth rate, gross domestic product, national gross domestic product, national income, per capita energy consumption, employment generation, resource mobilization and utilization, capital formation and deployment, natural resources utilization, infrastructural development, industrial development, consumption and saving patterns, along with the other factors, are extremely vital for the business to perform and grow. Now over here you can see the growth rate, the gross domestic product, the national income, per capita energy consumption. All these things depend upon the business sectors. Okay, now see, any company you can take, they are helping the our GDP to grow. Okay, because some of them part is very much important for their development purpose. Now see, if you are an entrepreneur, right, and if you are decided to start your own business with 10 employees, definitely you have to pay the money to the employees also, definitely with the help of that, the employees is also getting a revenue. I mean, they can also get a employment generation. So you are helping the nation as well. I mean, indirectly you are also helping the nation to grow because you are providing the employment for the 10 peoples, right? इसके कारण ये भी हमारा country का growth हो रहा है, right? Even if you are self-employed, right? Even if you are self-employed, अगर आपके पास एक छोटी शॉप है और उसमें आप योर रेशनिंग की शॉप है या किसी भी शॉप है, किसी भी प्रोडक्ट का आप ये कर रहे हैं, बेच रहे हो, even that you are helping the nation to grow as you are helping yourself because you are one of the member of the country, right? So these all are the factors that is called as economical factors. And business definitely plays an important role to grow the GDP of the nation. Okay, looking at the economic factors listed above, it depends upon the Indian market as well. Now see, if you want to increase your market condition, you firstly decide how to increase the market condition. By suppose if you are making a product which is already available in the market, so it will be very much difficult to you to enter into the market. Why? Because पहले से ही business चल रहा है और तुम वही production करोगे और तुम सोचोगे कि हम देश के GDP को बढ़ा रहे हैं, this factor is not going to be workable. देखो, एक ही जगह पर अगर बहुत सारे लोग एक ही business करने लगे ना, तो वो business चलता नहीं है, right? You also know that this factor is very much important. So I just want to say you one thing, that if you want to increase your business, you should know the market condition as well. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि अगर हमने बिजनेस डाल दिया और मैं लोगों को एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन कर रहा हूँ, एम्प्लॉयमेंट दे रहा हूँ लोगों को, और मेरा बिजनेस लॉस में जा रहा है, तो फिर मैं अपना जीडीपी को इंक्रीज कर रहा हूँ, ऐसा नहीं होता, राइट? बिकॉज यू ऑल्सो नो, see, if you are getting the profit, definitely the country's GDP is going to be increased indirectly. Okay, so your main motto is to increase your GDP, to increase your profit. Your GDP can be increased. Okay, the country's GDP can be increased. Now there are few factors through which we can able to understand that why the some states or some cities GDP is very high and some cities GDP is very low. Now I will give you an example. Now take an example of Mumbai, Pune, or even if you take an example of Maharashtra, you can see as compared to the other state, Maharashtra's GDP is very high. You know that thing, right? Maharashtra GDP is very high. Why it is so? Maharashtra की GDP इतनी ज़्यादा क्यों है? Can you tell me the answer? I think 8 people are here. Pratiksha, Prajakta, yes. Do you have any answer? Shashikant, Shankar, there are lots of students are there. Priyanka Chauhan. Yeah, can you tell me why Maharashtra GDP is very much high as compared to the other states?
Availability of resources, the social factors like the work environment in Maharashtra is way better than any other states. The political factors.
Yeah, very good, very good, very good. Who given the answer? I don't know the name.
Rutuja.
Yeah, Rutuja, very good. Now see, in Maharashtra, you can see in Maharashtra the growth is tremendous. I mean, the people from Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, they are coming in Maharashtra, right? Because in Maharashtra you can see the growth is very high because the political factors is also very much familiar to the people, those who are living in Maharashtra, right? You can see the urbanization in the state like Pune. Pune is growing tremendously. Even Mumbai, see, before independence, Mumbai is a city where the growth is already there, but in Pune it is not so. After independence, Pune has shown a lot of growth. Before independence also, Mumbai is a developed city. The locals which is available at this stage in Mumbai, they are running before the independence also. Before 1947, I mean, the British people, those who came in Mumbai, they have developed that locals. You also know very well, right? अभी जो ये शिवाजी टर्मिनस जो बोलते हैं ना हम, राइट. द शिवाजी टर्मिनस जो मुंबई में है, उसका पहले नाम वीटी था, विक्टोरिया टर्मिनल्स. एंड यू नो दिस विक्टोरिया टर्मिनल्स, द नेम विच इज गिवन बाय द ब्रिटिश पीपल, एंड देन द नेम हैज बीन चेंज्ड टू द शिवाजी टर्मिनल्स. और अभी भी जो ये जो लोकल चल रहे हैं ना, जो आप देख रहे हो, वो लगभग 100-150 साल पहले का है, राइट. If you are looking at the locals which is running in the Mumbai metros, that is also being developed by the British people only. Okay. And now it is not anything such like that. अभी you can see the Curve road देख रहे हैं ना अपना stop Curve road, गरवारे college, where you know the local अभी वहां पर लोकल बना रहे हैं वो लोग, I mean ये मेट्रो बना रहे हैं वो लोग, देख रहे हैं ना आप. हाँ, तो ये अपना डेवलपमेंट है, दैट इज द इंडियन डेवलपमेंट. बट द डेवलपमेंट विच यू हैव सीन इन मुंबई, दैट इज बीन डेवलप्ड बाय द ब्रिटिश पीपल. सो मुंबई इज अ सिटी विच इज already developed before. And I would like to give you one example from the east side. You know Kolkata very well, right? The Howrah Bridge, you know Howrah Bridge, which is located in Kolkata, that is
Yes.
also been developed before independence. वो भी बहुत पहले, इंडिपेंडेंस से पहले वो डेवलप हुआ था. और वो किसने डेवलप किया था आपको पता है? Who developed that Howrah Bridge? The British people only. So these there are few states which has been developed before the independence, but after the independence there are lots of states which has been developed. Take an example of Pune. पुणे में पहले कुछ नहीं था. After the independence it has been really shown a big growth. आप महाराष्ट्र में if you see, there are lots of other states also, other cities also which is growing, right? You can take an example of Nagpur is also a little bit growing now. MNCs companies is also coming in Nagpur, right? The people, those who are coming in Pune from Nagpur, now they are staying in Nagpur as well, because you know the multinational companies are coming also in Nagpur. So you can see the growth which is slowly increasing in Maharashtra. And lots of people from UP, Bihar, you know, the North Indian, South Indian people, they are also coming in Maharashtra to settle down, because in Maharashtra they are getting an employment opportunities, right? And due to which, you know, they also want to standardize their living. Okay. In their state, suppose if they are earning near about 20,000 and if they are coming in Maharashtra and they are getting 50,000, so why can't they feel to come and stay over here, because they are earning more money? So definitely they will try to settle down in such a place where they are getting a more money. So Maharashtra is such a state where, you know, the people from the other states, they are also coming and they are settling down over here to earn more money, right? So these all are the examples which comes in economical factors. Now let us see the cultural factors. Okay, cultural factors. When one thinks about the country like India, with a lot of diversity in cultural languages, ways of lives, and even social structure, one has a plan methodologically. For example, the organization which is planning a pan-Indian presence has to develop an approach for positioning itself informally, which requires a different messages communication but similar prospect. Product form is also to be seen. Business term have to be addressed. Willingness of people to work in a reflection of culture most of the time. Gender freedom and gender biasness are the important aspect of to be understand. Now see, culture. India is a cultural and traditional country. You also know that. But at this stage, you know, the culture remains in a eastern area only. I mean, if you go to the northeast area, right, you can see the people still today they are following their culture. Even Maharashtrian people are following their culture, but not up to the mark. I mean, when you know, when festival comes, at that time only the Maharashtrian people are following the culture, right? But in other days, you can see the people, those who are in village, definitely they are following the culture. But in the urban area states, urban area cities, you know, the followings has been reducing day by day, because lots of people from the other cities and other states, they are coming. So culture should not be forgotten by the people. I mean, the languages that we are speaking, that should also not to be forgotten by the people. Now at this stage, if you see in Pune city only, there will be more admission, or we can say there will be more people preference to the English medium school as compared to Marathi and Hindi medium school. Do you agree with this concept? Do you agree with this statement? Yes, Rutuja.
Yes, sir.
Prajakta?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see that, you know, in Pune, if you go and if you do the survey, you can find out that if you ask any question such like that to the parents, you know, they will answer that, you know, we will try to take admission in the English medium only, I mean, for their children. Why? Because in English medium, the student can you know, start speaking English in their early age only. Okay, so they want that their children to speak English in the younger age only. So you can see the mentality of the people. Now they are you know what they are doing, they are forgetting our culture, I mean our languages, which is not a good thing. हमें अपने language पर गर्व होना चाहिए, right? See, we all are the Indians, and we all following Hindi as our primary language, I mean the language which is spoken aggregatively. Okay, Hindi is हर एक जगह पर चलती है, but in state you have to follow at least your language, at least, right? Even if you see the people, those who are living in Kolkata, you know, they are speaking their own language, Bengali language, right? In a state of Bengal. If you go to the Rajasthan, you know, they are following their own language. हर एक स्टेट में उनकी खुद की लैंग्वेज बोली जाती है. If you go to the South India, you know, Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, they are following their own language. There is no problem. But if you see in Maharashtra, the things is not like that. Even if you see the people, those who are Maharashtrian, you know, they are also sometimes they are also speaking in other languages. Take an example of Hindi or English, because you know, where they work, in that work environment, the people are speaking English or Hindi language. Now see, if you working in a BPO sector or in any multinational companies, you know, in some multinational companies it is compulsory to speak in English if you are working in a vice process or any some kind of process. So over here, you know, you have to speak with the language which is being said to you. You cannot speak with the language of ourselves. Now these are the problems which we are facing, just because, you know, we are not in a position to provide the employment to our state peoples. अभी हमारे स्टेट में कैसा हो रहा है कि हमारे स्टेट में खुद की लैंग्वेज की लोगों की कमी हो रही है. Why? Because we are bringing the companies from the outside, which is very much helpful for us, but you know, it is destroying our languages, right? हम दूसरे कंट्रीज से हम बिजनेस लेकर आ रहे हैं हमारे कंट्रीज में, वो हमारे लिए एक बेनिफिशियल पार्ट है, लेकिन उसके कारण हमारी लैंग्वेज भी बैरियर हो रही है, right? So these all are the problem that we are facing in cultural environment. Now we are going to see the next part, that is called as technological. If a nation market society has its own technological and development in place, it always has an edge in relation to business development. But in today's globalized world, rationally prompt to develop technologies is a key area of requirement. Now see, technological factors also plays an important role. Okay, now in our countries also we are having a huge amount of technological factors. Take an example of in the field of aeronautical development, in the field of power plant development, right? We are very much ahead in other Asian countries. Like take an example of Pakistan or Bangladesh, we are very much ahead in the technological as well. Even in Maharashtra, you can see a lot of industries which is related with the sugar industry, right? Because in Maharashtra, you know, sugar industry is growing tremendously. If you go to the Assam, you will see the more industries are depend upon the tea. I mean, they are having a more production of tea. So each and every state is having their own good performance, we can say. But we should not forget that, you know, some of the states in our country, they are not in a good position to produce some kind of products just because of their landscape is different as compared to the other states, right? So these all are the technological factors. Now in some countries you can find out that there are lots of availability of natural resources. Okay, take an example of South Africa. South Africa is much more familiar with their uh, diamonds, right? In India, if you go to the Arab countries, Arab Gulf countries, take an example of Israel or Jamaica or Iran, Iraq, where you can file a more amount of crude oil production. Crude oil का मतलब पता है ना आपको? It's a kind of oil with कच्चा तेल बोलते हैं हम उसको, right? And you can see because of this crude oil, you know, the countries, the Arab countries, they are fighting with each other, right? Even America is also fighting with them for the crude oil, because crude oil is very much available in that countries only. And you know, crude oil is very much necessary for production of any other thing. Take an example of petroleum. Okay, for the petroleum also crude oil is very much necessary. If you want to make a production of any other even in a household फूड, ये सनफ्लावर ऑयल है या फिर कोई भी तेल है, उसके प्रोडक्शन के लिए भी हमें क्रूड ऑयल की बहुत जरूरत पड़ती है, राइट? सो क्रूड ऑयल इज वेरी मच नेसेसरी इन इंडिया ऑल्सो. द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ क्रूड ऑयल इज देयर, बट इट इज नॉट दैट मच because the population is very high in India, and you know, the production of such crude oil is very much necessary. Yes, definitely we are making a production of crude oil, but इतना इतना सब प्रोडक्शन से हमारा पूरे भारतीयों की मतलब जितना परसेंटेज है 140%, 140 करोड़ ऑफ पीपल, दे आर नॉट एबल टू कोप अप विद दैट क्रूड ऑयल. सो वी नीड टू इंपोर्ट द क्रूड ऑयल फ्रॉम द अदर कंट्रीज आल्सो. ओके, तो फिर ये बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जहां पर हम लैकिंग बिहाइंड है, right? Take an example of crude oil or any even in the agriculture factors also we are looking behind in somewhat. Okay, now you can see you know, the news came in the last year that we have brought a lot of cows from the New Zealand. UK, New Zealand is very much a small country, but you can see the New Zealand is a first, I mean, a developed country which is having a very less percentage of corruption, right? वहां पर corruption भी बहुत कम है और population भी बहुत कम है. And you know, even though the country is having a very good GDP and the country is called as a developed country, you can see New Zealand is very much small country, and we are exporting the cows from that country. We are importing the cows from that country. मतलब हमें अपने छोटे छोटे कंट्रीज से भी बहुत सारी चीजें लेनी पड़ रही है, राइट? व्हाई इट इज सो? because we don't have optimum amount of natural resources. I mean, we are having the optimum amount of natural resources, but we are not in a position to make a proper utilization of it, right? हमारे पास बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट, बहुत सारी चीजों का प्रोडक्शन है, बहुत सारी चीजें हमारे पास नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज की तरह है, लेकिन हम उसको ठीक तरह से यूज नहीं कर पा रहे. वी आर नॉट एबल टू यूटिलाइज दैट प्रोडक्ट, एंड ड्यू टू विच वी आर फेसिंग अ प्रॉब्लम. नाउ लेट अस सी द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज टेक्नोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स. Political factors. Political philosophy, ideology, and sustainability is important for business and the policy to steam in a structured and long-lasting frame. Now, see, if you see the country which is very much small, in a sense, I will give you an example of Singapore. Singapore is a very much small country, and you can see the GDP of that country is much higher as compared to the country which is called as developing nations such as India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, right? Singapore is very much small country, and they are performing very good because, you know, the import and export is being done through Singapore only, because Singapore is a kind of bait over here. You know, lots of people, lots of countries are doing the shipment of the products from one place to another. Now I will give you one example. Take an example of Dubai. You know the Dubai country, right? In Dubai country, you can find that, you know, it is having more amount of Indian rupees. I mean, the percentage of amount of Indian rupees is much higher in Dubai. In Dubai, the currency name is called as dirham. You know dirham, DHIRAM, dirham. And you know, 1 dirham is equal to how much rupees? आपको पता है एक dirham कितना rupees का है?
I guess 150 rupees.
No. It is very much high. It is 21 rupees.
20 rupees. 20 rupees.
20 or 21 rupees. Approx like
20 or
that.
21. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So that means what? इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि वो नेशन है जो है दुबई जो है UAE, यूनाइटेड अरब एमिरेट्स, वो जो स्टेट है वो तो अपने से ज्यादा ही डेवलप है, बिकॉज their currency value is more as compared to Indian value, right? Even if you take an example of USA, उसकी तो बात करने की जरूरत नहीं है. You also know that 77 or some 76 rupees, something like that, is a price of $1, right? Even if you take an example of euro dollar, $1 is equal to near about 80 or 85 rupees, or 1 pound. If you take an example of England, 1 pound is equal to 100 rupees, near about. So euro pound. So आप देख सकते हो ये स्टेट्स कितना ग्रो हुआ है. And you know, Dubai is definitely a state which is growing a lot. And you know, the people from India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, they are going there to earn money. And you know, they don't have their own labors. दुबई के पास खुद के लेबर्स नहीं है, right? Where they are getting the labors from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, such countries. यही से लोग, बहुत सारे लोग दुबई में जाते हैं, जैसे कंस्ट्रक्शन का काम हो, लेबर्स का काम हो, वो करने के लिए, बिकॉज दुबई में वहां पर अर्निंग बहुत ज्यादा होती है एज कम्पेयर टू द इंडियन. ओके, वहां पर एक साथ नियर अबाउट 9-10 महीने काम करते हैं, उसके बाद 1-2 महीने छुट्टी पर आ जाते हैं इंडिया में. इवन दो यू नो, यहाँ पर उनको
स्क्रीन पर अलग से शेयर हो गई है. स्क्रीन
या सर
स्क्रीन में अलग से शेयर हो गई है, कुछ तो व्हाट्सएप पे दिख रहा है.
या व्हाट हैपेंड? Shankar, what happened? Shankar, what happened? I think our lecture finished now. We are going to start with the second lecture, that is called as business environment. Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Don't go away. We are going to start with the your second
Yes.
your second topic, that is called as business ethics and corporate governance. Okay, I will leave and I will come back again. Okay.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Don't leave the class.
Yes.